Okay, so what's your thoughts on this? I was having a chat with a friend of mine, and just to give you a little bit of context, she is employed. She thoroughly enjoys her job. She has enjoyed her career, really. It's not without its challenging days, it's not without its problems, but actually she's really happy in her chosen line of work. But lately she's been feeling a little bit unsettled, and this has been due to some conversations that she's been having. And this has been around a lot of people and the different choices they're making, or the changes that have come about through COVID. Many in her circle have decided to start to work from themselves, or they are doing a little sort of side hustle. But there's lots of sort of changes, and so she has felt a little bit like it's almost like being employed and working hard has become the least popular option, the least kind of almost least trendiest thing to do. But she, as I said, stands firm. She enjoys what she does, and working long hours when she needs to has not been a problem for her. But this has been met with a lot of judgment. It's like, why would you want to work hours that are dictated to you? Why would you want to work so hard? Aren't the long hours a problem for you, etc., etc.? So a lot of judgment has been coming her way. Now, we know that perhaps maybe we have a tendency to do that, to make our own decisions feel better, but it has left her with a lot of question marks, and she has digested a lot of media about burnout of late, and that working too hard is bad for you, etc., etc. So it made me actually think about that. Is working hard our enemy? Is working long hours really, really bad for us? Do these things all inevitably lead us to burnout? And in my opinion, the answer is no. They don't have to. They don't have to is the point. I think the missing link here is what we do and what sacrifices we make in the pursuit of success. So if a successful career and job for you is that you occasionally work long hours and that works for you, then great. But if that is the only way of achieving your success, then yes, I would say you're in danger of exhausting yourself both physically and mentally. But when it comes to working hard, it's where achievement lies. So let me give an example of, let's say, a six-pack. Yeah. Working out for 20 minutes a day is possibly not going to be enough hard work to achieve the goal of a six-pack. You're going to have to do a lot of harder work. And that's the point, is hard work is fine. Hard work will often get us to where we're going, but it's what we do in and around it. So if we take perhaps a physical workout, the likelihood is you'll make sure you rehydrate yourself, you'll take some rest after it, and you're not going to spend, hopefully, the entirety of the day kind of punishing and pushing yourself like perhaps some people do in the workforce. So it's not about working hard. It's not even about working long hours. It's about if you neglect all other areas in your life. So if you're consistently doing that without taking rest, if you're consistently doing that without eating well, if you're using stimulants to get by every day, if it's coffee and end of day wine and energy drinks and snacks and fast food on the go, then yes. I mean, I speak absolutely from experience. I literally sacrificed a majority of everything in my 30s for one of my businesses, and I got up early to get to it and came home late. And there was a period of time where I wasn't eating well, and you do start to suffer. And you also can find that you put yourself in isolation, and we all know how ugly that can feel, having just come out of various lockdowns. We can find ourselves just solely in pursuit of our success, and we are neglecting our friendships, our relationships. We're probably not even calling our mums back, and those are the danger points. So I think this was the thing that was a bit confusing for my friend is that actually some of these strap lines are about, working hard is bad for you, working hard, it's going to kill you, etc., etc. It's not. There is much more to it. And it's the other elements that we neglect in the pursuit of our success that actually cause the danger, that cause us to move towards burnout. So I think this idea that actually being employed, working hard is bad for us. I actually disagree. I think what's bad for us is if we do that at all costs, if we neglect everything. We're social beings. We need to be around others. We need to exercise. We need to get out in nature. We need to rest. We need to look after ourselves. And if we do everything in combination, if we try and find some form of balance, the scales will tip. Some days we're going to work longer than others, then that's where we'll remain okay. So this kind of conversation, and actually just us talking about it, helped my friend understand that actually she lives a really, really balanced life. And on the times that she actually has to work very, very hard, she makes sure that actually there's some downtime, there's some rest time, there's some social time, there's some enjoyable time. And that's what it is. So, working hard is not bad for us. It's actually really good for us, particularly if it's sort of purposeful and meaningful, and that we're in engaging work. But actually the danger is when we neglect all other areas of our life in pursuit of our success. So what are your thoughts? Do you think working hard is bad for you? Or do you see it as something that actually, gets you to where you want to get to? Be really interested in what your thoughts are. So, let me know.